Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. Today we are going to go over a refrigerator that has water leaking or water that pools up down here in the base of the freezer here. So I'm going to show you real quick, real easy, how you can do this yourself, and you can fix it to where it doesn't leak water out of the freezer anymore. Typically what happens is it'll freeze up on here and it won't allow the door to properly shut all the way. You may notice like some water that's coming out of the side over here leaking down onto the floor and things like that too as well. Or you just have to go in and chop out the ice every once in a while. So I'm going to show you how you can fix this yourself by using just a steamer and a couple of little simple hand tools here. So all I had and used on here was this I think it's like a 1/4 inch tool here to get some of these nuts out of here, and then a Phillips head screwdriver here, and then my trusty clothes steamer here. So super simple, super easy process here to combat this. All right, so what's happening is on our refrigerators, we actually have heaters that are inside of the, back here behind the freezer evap cover, and I'll show you that here in just a second. But what's happening is these machines go into a defrost cycle. Now during that defrost cycle, I think it's like every 8 to 9 compressor hours, something like that. Each make and model is different, but they have a defrost cycle where they have to defrost all the ice or the frost that builds up on the evaporator that's back there behind that cover there. And so when it does that, that water's got to go down into a drain, and then it goes into a pan that's underneath your refrigerator, and then it uses sometimes the heat off of the coils down there, or it will actually just use the heat off the compressor or whatever to evaporate that water. You don't even know that it's down there. So and usually it's just a small little amount, but if that drain tube gets clogged with ice or whatever, then that water does not have anywhere to go. So it takes the path of least resistance, which is usually out the back side of this evap cover, and then it comes down, and then it pools up down here onto the bottom of the freezer here. So again, like I said, super simple, super easy way to get all this done. I'm gonna try to do this one-handed here, you know, so excuse me if it kind of jumbles the camera around a little bit, but like I said, if I can do this one-handed while holding the camera, I think anybody could do this. So first of all, you know, this works on any make and model that has a bottom freezer. This is a French door refrigerator. It's got the doors up top here, and then the freezer that pulls out down here in the bottom. So any of these models it'll work on, as long as you can get the door off and you can get in here and work comfortably, it'll work. So the first thing I need to do is I got to remove this little cover right here. So that thing, get that up and out of the way. And then for time purposes, I went ahead and took out the screws on this thing. So this was 3 Phillips head screws, one here, and then one here. And then over here, there was a 1/4 inch little screw over here, and then one over there too as well. So you just simply pop this little cover off here. The whole thing comes loose. Now we've got everything exposed here that we need to have exposed. Now remember, I was talking about that heater, and I'll show you here, get the light in here a little bit better for you. But this is that heater rod that I was talking about right here. That will heat up, and it defrosts all the ice that builds up on there. So you can see right here, it's got a drain pan. That drain pan, that's where the water goes into. It drains down into underneath the refrigerator. So again, this is how you fix that. Normally, when you start combating this, it'll be all iced over. You'll have all kinds of ice over here, so you'll need to make sure that you melt all that too as well. Just be super careful, because if you start melting all that ice, that tray is only designed to hold a certain amount of water in there. So you can accidentally overflow that little tray underneath there and cause issues where it causes damage to your flooring or whatever, because it overfills, and then when you push the refrigerator back in or whatever, then the water sloshes out and it could cause damage to the floor. So just be aware of that. Have some towels ready and things like that, and then this is basically how you do it. So you just take, I went to Harbor Freight and got one of those little clothes steamers there. You just take this bad boy, put it right down inside that tube, Melt all that ice everywhere. Put that down in there. Boom. What I would also do is then take a cup of water and just put a small amount of water down that tube now to make sure that it drains down into the pan. After that, button her back up, put everything back in order, put everything back in there, and you're good to go. And that's how you fix your freezer leaking water out the bottom of the door. Thanks again, guys, and make sure you like and subscribe my page for more.